There's a lot of anticipation over Universal Hollywood's new Mario Kart ride, but you'll have to be a certain weight if you want to ride it. The park says people may not be able to board this if their waistline measures 40 inches or more.
Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. In today's episode, people are outraged and taken to social media over a new theme park ride at Universal Studios Hollywood, calling it fatphobic. Wait till we break this one down for y'all. As always, support the show by hitting that like and subscribe button. Leaving us a short, sweet comment down below. Your help and support would be greatly appreciated. Now, let me try to get through this episode without hysterically laughing, but some people are outraged over this new Mario Kart theme park ride at Universal Studios Hollywood in California, over a restriction on waist sizes, and I put that in air quotes for a reason. You'll see why in just one moment. The ride is a part of a highly anticipated Super Nintendo World part of the theme park. Basically, they expanded the theme park to build a new world, Super Nintendo World. Riders are thrilled with augmented reality and animatronics unless their waist sizes are too large. The rides can only accommodate people with waistlines less than 40 inches, which is slightly less than the average waistline for American males. Meaning you got to be a big dog not to be able to fit in this ride. And I'd also like to point out, there's people with waist sizes of around 48 to 50 inches that are still being able to squeeze into this ride. And those are some big dogs. That's like some 3X stuff. So if you can't fit into a theme park ride, you got to start questioning your health and your decisions and not just going out calling theme park rides bigots and fatphobic and all these other things. It's crazy. But, 40 inches or less is kind of loose here. Because again, you could be about 48, 50 and still squeeze into this bad boy. Well, critics complain about the ride's bigotry and discrimination on social media. Of course. Quote, still mad about the 40-inch waistline requirement for the Mario Kart ride. It's just blatantly fatphobic. There's nothing about it that can't accommodate a bigger human, let alone an average size one, as 40 inches is hardly monumental. I'm a few pounds from there myself. Yeah, a few pounds. Makes you question this, right? I mean, if you can't fit in at 48, 50, you got to start, again, questioning yourself and just losing a little bit of weight and maybe use that as a motivation going, look, if I'm not fitting in the theme park rides anymore, you weren't always 50 plus inches, folks. I mean, I know there's some people probably in here that are some big dogs. I'm not trying to shame you at all. Just want you to be healthy and maybe lose a little bit of weight here. I gain weight all the time and I lose it. I gain weight, I lose it. That's just how I shift around. But if I got to a point where I couldn't fit on something, I'd really be questioning myself going, look, I got to get this under control. And if we're going to call ourselves patriots here, we got to get some stuff under control here. Another person said, quote, Mario Kart is the latest ride they've introduced where the restraint makes absolutely no sense for the type of ride it is. I honestly cannot see any motive for insisting on these restraints other than to fat shame people. I mean, look, there's children that ride this ride, okay? Some of these people could probably fit like 5 children inside of them. Not the ride, the human being itself that's trying to fit into these things. So there are some restrictions as to why they need to put this in place. And also there are people that die on rides every single year from slipping out of the ride to not fitting in it and falling out or just whatever may go on here. And this ride comes from Japan. So I'm sure there's a business component to this that they just basically took the schematics and the blueprints from Japan and basically just dropped it into the theme park at Universal Studios Hollywood to kind of cut down the costs here. But look, you can't cater to everybody. It's just not possible. Another person said, I'm still really hoping I've lost enough weight to ride the Mario Kart ride. But the fact that they still don't make theme park rides with fat people in mind, especially one as slow as the Mario Kart one, is really effed up. Look, it doesn't mean they didn't take it in mind. They're trying to cater to a certain population, probably, a certain demographic that's going to be able to fit into the ride and actually ride the ride. There's not that many people that are super, super big enough where like, look, I can't fit on this ride. I mean, I go to theme parks probably once a week, maybe twice a month or more. I can't recall the last time where I saw somebody get on the ride and go, well, I don't fit, I got to get off. I hand to God, and I go all the time. So you got to be a big dog not to fit on this ride. And like I said, I kind of like this person's comment just a little bit here where they're saying, I hope I've lost enough weight. Looks like they want to ride a ride and they realize like, shoot, I might not be able to fit in this thing. I got to lose some weight so I can fit into it. That's a great thing. That is a great thing. It's good to lose weight. It's healthy. Theme park designer Jim Scholl pointed out that there are trade-offs to size restrictions. Well, they don't see it that way, Jim. Quote, if you size every seat for the largest possible person, you're guaranteeing that a smaller child cannot ride. A spokesperson for the theme park said in a statement that they are trying to address the issue. Quote, we have a company-wide task force. I mean, folks, they're creating task forces for this stuff. They got to get a group together, figure out Just the engineering components are going like, how can we get this ride to fit these people? You take out all 4 seats and just put one in. I mean, freaking create task forces to figure out how they can fit some of these people. Oh my God. Can we get NASA down here? How are we going to do it? We have a company-wide task force actively working with this company to make changes that can help them safely increase access to our experiences. Well, as I mentioned, there's about 4.5 fatalities related to theme park rides in the US every year. In 2019, there were basically 1,300 ride-related injuries at theme parks in the United States, which works out to be 3.7 injuries per 1 million visitors. Super Nintendo World is scheduled to open to the general public on February 17th. Look, if you're overweight, folks, it's not fat shaming, okay? They got to cater to a certain amount of people. They can't figure these things out for every single person. I'm sure there's somebody that's 500 pounds. Oh, is that fat shaming them? They can't get on that ride. I mean, I've literally seen, what is that show on TLC that's like 500 pounds or less, or like the 1 ton man that they literally had to cut out an entire wall of a building so they can get him out into the ambulance. So, I mean, they had to forklift the guy. So I'm sure there's somebody out there go, well, I can't get on the ride, so I'm gonna be pissed about it. You can lose weight. It's not a math problem, you guys. It's a you problem. I hate to say that, but it really is. If you're eating more than you're burning, you're going to gain weight. If you're burning more than you take in, you're going to lose weight. It's that simple. I know some people go, well, it's my genetics, it's all these things. I'm sure there is some truth to that. But if you just get out a simple calculator or you download MyFitnessPal, you can lose weight. You just don't want to do it. And so when somebody else kind of calls out your BS, you get all upset because it's hurtful. In the same way, when somebody goes, well, Brad, you can't grow hair, is it a little bit hurtful? Yeah, kind of, but I got a thick skin, so I can actually just laugh at it. But I want people to be able to ride these rides. If you want to, use that as an incentive structure to lose weight and be healthy. So not only can you go on that ride, but you'll be able to go on a hell of a lot more other rides at theme parks. Who doesn't want to go to a theme park ride? There are some people out there, but most people want to go to theme parks and enjoy themselves. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Is this ride fat shaming people? Is it bigotry? Is there discrimination here? Let me know in the comments below. I have an idea of, I already know what you guys are going to say, but it does help support the show. Let me know what you think, folks. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. And folks, we'll see you here tomorrow for another episode of The Bald Brad Show.